Act 2, time in the present. Place, a living room in an apartment in New York City. A man in his late 50s and a woman around 40 years of age are watching the movie The Jazz Singer on television. From offstage can be heard Al Jolson singing My Mammy. Finally, the song ends. The man shuts off the television.
What a great movie, Paula. A real classic. Get it? A real classic.
Very cute, Frank. Yes, the movie does have its moments, but it seems so outdated.
Outdated? Okay. Some of the plot is corny and the acting stagey, but the basic theme is timeless. Couldn't you just feel the tension when Jack had to choose between his job and his fate?
That scene was so contrived that it almost made me laugh.
There was nothing laughable about that scene.
I must beg to differ with you.
What was the problem?
Wasn't it obvious?
Get to the point.
Al Jolson being in blackface? It was as if the movie was mocking blacks, and I don't think that's right.
What was wrong with that? He was just playing a minstrel, and at that time, that was a very popular form of entertainment, and I don't think many blacks objected to that.
I don't know about that. All I know is that I think it's kind of weird that Hollywood would make movies featuring white actors performing in blackface. It shows an insensitivity that I think was indefensible.
Oh boy, here we go again. White people being the bad guys again.
I didn't say that. What I am saying is that what we saw in The Jazz Singer was the perpetuation of racial stereotyping at the expense of an entire group of people, and it's simply not fair.
I thought it was a great movie. It's a classic. People love it, but you think it's unfair?
The movie is a classic, and Jolson was a great entertainer, but still, the movie represents a parody of black people, and to me that's wrong.
It's only a movie. It's not meant to be taken seriously.
But there I must beg to differ with you. Movies are taken seriously, even cartoons, and they send messages that shape the attitudes of millions of people.
Okay, first, The Jazz Singer is not a parody of black people. It's about a Jewish entertainer who has to deal with issues relevant to his experience as a Jew. And second, when Jolson is in blackface, his performance is dignified, respectable, and above all, great entertainment. His rendition of My Mammy is considered one of the great songs of all time, so I think you're way off base regarding your criticisms.
No, I think I'm quite on base. Though it's true that the movie does not outright mock black people, that the main character is in blackface, to me could be seen as an affront to blacks. How would you like it if a black actor did a take on, let's say, an Italian? Wouldn't find that offensive.
Before I answer that, I'd have to see the movie.
Oh, that answer's a cop-out. With that Italian flag tattooed on your arm, I bet you wouldn't like it one bit.
Don't tell me what I would or wouldn't like.
Looks like I struck a raw nerve.
You're imagining things.
No, I'm not. But since we're on the subject, don't you think that the country would be better off if there were less racial and ethnic stereotyping? I mean, do we really need all that crap?
It's just innocent entertainment, that's all. Look at all the TV sitcoms featuring black actors. They sure don't seem to mind it.
That's because they want to work. And these are the roles that are offered to them. And don't forget that these TV shows are financed and sponsored by big corporations who want to sell their products.
What you're saying is simply untrue. Those shows are responding to what the audience wants, and if the audience wants to watch black sitcoms, then that's what the networks will produce.
I have no problem with black actors being in sitcoms. They absolutely have a right to earn a living, but let's not fool ourselves. Attitudes have not changed. We're still divided along racial lines, no matter how much the situation seems to have improved.
Hey, whenever blacks object to a program, it gets pulled. Look what happened to Amos and Andy. That was a really great show. Very funny, totally unoffensive, yet the networks bowed to pressure and boom, no more Amos and Andy. What a shame. It was a really great show. I remember watching that show when I was a kid. Everybody loved it. Nobody ever complained.
That's because when you were a kid, everyone you knew, everyone you went to school with, your neighborhood, everything was white. And for them, Amos and Andy was harmless fun, but at someone else's expense.
It was a comedy. It was supposed to make people laugh, and it did. You didn't hear Indians complaining about Tonto, did you?
As a matter of fact, some did. And if they didn't, I'm sure they didn't like it anyway.
What was there not to like?
the blatant racist stereotyping, making Tonto sound like a child, while in turn creating the impression that every Native American is childlike.
I think you're being a little too harsh. Tonto was also a loyal and trusted friend who helped the Lone Ranger bring criminals to justice.
That's right, he was. But when one thinks of Tonto, one first thinks of a man who is friendly but not taken seriously.
But that show was on years ago. Things have changed.
No, they haven't. Schools are still segregated.